Do you notice how, with each passing year, the heart increasingly reminds you of its presence? Sometimes a heartbeat, sometimes a surge in blood pressure. We tend to attribute this to age, believing that restoring former health is impossible. But what if I tell you that the secret to a resilient heart, strong vessels, and a powerful immune system fits in 1 tablespoon? And this is not a new, trendy medicine with many side effects. This is a prescription that has saved thousands of lives. The creator of this recipe is a man known worldwide, the legendary heart surgeon, academic Nikolai Mikhailovich AMOSOV. He gave this mixture to his patients after complex heart surgeries so they would recover much faster. And he took it daily until his deepest old age. The people called it golden paste. Today I want to share with you this valuable recipe. Just 1 spoon a day, and your heart will work like clockwork. You will forget about weakness and shortness of breath. Let's prepare this healing elixir right now. I have an important question for you. Have you ever tried AMOSOV pasta? Write 1 word in the comments, yes or no. This is very important to me. If you believe in wise and proven health tips, please support this video with a like. Thank you for your response. Let's figure out why this recipe is not just grandma's tales. Nikolai Mikhailovich AMOSOV is not just a doctor, he is an entire era. A brilliant heart surgeon who was the first in the country to perform heart surgeries. He held thousands of lives in his hands and knew everything about our hearts. But AMOSOV was not only a surgeon, he was also a great thinker and scientist. He spent his whole life searching for the formula of health, believing that the body is a self-healing system that just needs a little help. He did not need chemistry, but rather natural concentrated energy to nourish the heart muscle. Imagine a grueling heart surgery. The patient is exhausted and weakened. He needs strength to live and recover. Ordinary foods are hard to digest. At that moment, AMOSOV applied his outstanding recipe. He created this paste not for prevention, but as a powerful means of rehabilitation, like fuel for the heart. He watched as the patients taking this mixture literally came back to life before his eyes. Their wounds healed faster, their heart rhythms restored, and their energy returned. He prescribed it to everyone, from ordinary workers to high-ranking officials. Importantly, he used this paste himself daily. Nikolai Mikhailovich lived a long and active life, performing surgeries almost until he was 80. He proved through his own example that his system works. Therefore, when we talk about AMOSOV'S paste, it is not just a folk belief. It is a scientific approach to health, proven by many years of practice and thousands of saved lives. It is a concentrate of beneficial substances, approved by a great doctor. And today, we will learn what its secret is. So what is the secret of this golden paste? Why does it work so effectively? The secret, my dear ones, is in synergy. This word means that when the right ingredients come together, they multiply each other's effects. AMOSOV'S paste is not just a mixture of dried fruits, but a perfectly balanced natural cocktail for our hearts. Let's take a closer look at each of the components. First up is dried apricot, a true leader in potassium content. Potassium is, without exaggeration, the essential nutrition for our heart muscle, the myocardium. It ensures the correct rhythm of the heart, helps eliminate excess fluid from the body, reduces swelling, and thus decreases the load on both the heart and the kidneys. If you have an arrhythmia or your heart is fluttering, you need potassium. Additionally, dried apricots contain a lot of magnesium, which helps calm the nervous system and relax the blood vessels. The next component is raisins, especially dark ones. It is also rich in potassium, but its main virtue lies in its positive effect on the vessels. The substances contained in raisins help cleanse the blood, slightly lower harmful cholesterol levels, and strengthen the walls of capillaries. It also contains many B vitamins, which are a source of energy for our nerve cells. As is known, many diseases begin due to stress, and raisins help cope with this stress. The third component is prunes. Many believe it is only useful for the intestines, and indeed it gently cleanses the body. However, consider this. A clean intestine is the key to fully absorbing all the beneficial substances from food, and this paste in particular. It is the foundation of health. When the intestines are in order, intoxication decreases, blood circulates more easily, and the load on the heart is reduced. Additionally, prunes are rich in powerful antioxidants that help combat inflammation in the vessels. The fourth component is figs. This is a natural gift for our blood. Fig contains a special substance called phycin, which helps to thin the blood. This is a natural prevention of thrombosis, which poses a serious danger to the heart and brain. If the blood becomes too thick, The heart has to exert tremendous effort to pump it. Figs ease this task and are rich in iron, which helps with anemia and improves blood oxygen saturation. The fifth element is walnuts, the brain of our paste, containing essential omega-3 fatty acids. These are the very beneficial fats that, like brushes, clean our vessels of cholesterol plaques. They make the vessels more elastic. Walnuts are pure energy and building material for cells, as well as protein needed by a weakened body. The sixth component is lemon. We will add it along with the zest. Lemon is not just a source of vitamin C. In this recipe, vitamin C is needed to strengthen the walls of blood vessels, making them elastic and impermeable. Lemon is also a powerful activator of all processes. It helps absorb iron from dried fruits and acts as a natural preservative, preserving all the benefits of the paste. Finally, the seventh element that binds all these ingredients together is natural honey. Here, honey is not just for sweetness. It serves as a vehicle. Thanks to its unique enzymes, honey can deliver vitamins and trace elements from nuts and dried fruits directly into cells. It ensures the complete absorption of these beneficial substances. Moreover, honey itself is a natural antibiotic and anti-inflammatory agent. Do you understand? We do not just mix products but create an elixir where potassium supports muscles, omega-3 cleanses vessels, figs promote blood thinning, lemon strengthens walls, and honey delivers it all to its destination. This is the genius of AMOSOV, to take the best from nature and combine it in one spoon for health. Now, my dear ones, let's move on to the most important part. Step by step, we will prepare this healing elixir. You'll see, it's remarkably simple, and the benefits are enormous. Please prepare clean dishes and a good mood. So, what do we need? Remember, or better, write it down. We need to take 5 main components in equal proportions. The classic recipe implies 250 grams of each. We take 250 grams of dried apricots, 250 grams of dark seedless raisins, 250 grams of pitted prunes, 250 grams of figs, and 250 grams of shelled walnuts, specifically the kernels. In addition to these 5 main ingredients, we will need 2 more important components: 1 large ripe lemon and 250 grams of natural quality honey. Is everything gathered? Then let's begin our sacred ritual. Step 1. Preparation. This is the most important stage, which should be approached with special attention. All our dried fruits, apricots, raisins, prunes, and figs must be thoroughly washed. We do not know how they were stored or where they lay. First, rinse them several times under warm running water. Then place them in a large bowl and pour boiling water over them. Do not cook, just pour and leave for 10 to 15 minutes. Why is this necessary? Firstly, it will kill any germs. Secondly, and more importantly, it washes away sulfur dioxide, a preservative often used on dried fruits for shine and long storage. We don't need this chemical in our golden paste. After 10 minutes, we drain the water and pour the dried fruits into a colander to let them dry well. You can even spread them on a clean towel and pat them dry from above. They should be almost dry. Now let's move on to the lemon. We will use the whole lemon, including the zest. It contains many beneficial substances. Therefore, the lemon needs to be thoroughly washed. You can even rub it with a soft brush. Then the lemon must also be scalded with boiling water to remove excess bitterness from the peel. Next, we cut the lemon into wedges. This is critically important. We remove all the seeds. Each seed that gets into the paste will give it an unpleasant bitterness. Step 2. Chopping. When all the components are clean and dry, we proceed to grinding. Academician AMOSOV used a regular meat grinder, and I highly recommend you do the same. Do you know why you shouldn't use a blender? A blender at high speeds whips the mixture into a homogeneous puree, heating it and potentially destroying some of the beneficial oils in the nuts, while a meat grinder simply grinds and chews the ingredients, resulting in the perfect texture with tiny granules. This is the classic recipe. So, let's start with a large bowl, preferably glass or enamel. Please avoid aluminum cookware, as the acid from the lemon is incompatible with it. We take turns passing all our ingredients through the meat grinder. First apricots, then raisins, followed by prunes and figs. After that, we add 250 grams of walnuts. Finally, we place lemon wedges with zest, but without seeds. At this stage, an amazing aroma will fill the kitchen. Step 3. Combining. In front of you is a bowl with a thick, bright, and fragrant mixture. ready for our health. The final touch remains. We add 250 grams of honey. Which honey is best to choose? The ideal option is liquid, linden, floral, or acacia. It mixes the easiest. But what if your honey has crystallized? This is a great sign as it is natural. But please do not heat it, neither in the microwave nor on the stove. At temperatures above 40 degrees, honey loses its beneficial properties and turns into poison. Just place a jar of honey in a bowl of warm water, and it will gradually soften while retaining all its qualities. We pour the honey into the bowl. Step 4. Mixing. We take a large wooden spoon or spatula and begin the most meditative process. Carefully, with love and good thoughts, we mix our mass from the bottom up. Do not rush. Stir for 5 to 7 minutes. We need the honey to completely envelop each crushed piece, becoming that golden binding thread. Think about how your heart will rejoice at this support. This paste should absorb your care. The mass should become uniform, viscous, and glossy. Step 5. Storage. Our paste is ready, and now it needs to be stored properly. Take dry and clean glass jars with tight lids. This is very important. The jars must be completely dry without a single drop of moisture. We tightly pack our mixture into the jars to avoid air bubbles. We seal them with lids and put them away. AMOSOV'S paste must be stored exclusively in the refrigerator. In warmth, it can ferment due to the lemon, but in the refrigerator, it can be stored for months, preserving all its benefits. That's it. We have created real gold for health, made with care. Now, my dear ones, our healing paste is in the refrigerator. She is so beautiful, Amber, with the scent of honey and lemon. But preparing her is only half the task. The main thing is how to properly consume her to achieve the effect that academician AMOSOV spoke of, so that the heart works like a clock. There are no small details here. The system is important. So, the main rule. We take this paste by the tablespoon, not a teaspoon, but a full tablespoon with a slight mound. This is our daily dose of concentrated benefits. When should we take it? This is a very important point. AMOSOV'S paste should be eaten 30 minutes before meals. Why is that? We need all these precious vitamins, potassium, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids to be absorbed into the blood on an empty stomach. It is important that they do not mix with other food, such as soup or porridge, but start acting immediately, nourishing our heart muscle. If you eat pasta after a meal, it will simply become a dessert, but we need medicine. Take a spoonful, dissolve it slowly, and only after half an hour, start breakfast. How many times a day should this be done? The classic scheme recommended by academician AMOSOV suggests 3 times a day. That is, 1 tablespoon 30 minutes before breakfast, 1 tablespoon 30 minutes before lunch, and 1 tablespoon 30 minutes before dinner. But I understand that for many, especially at the very beginning, such a dose may seem too sweet or rich. And this is really true, as pasta is quite calorie-dense. So I will share with you a gentler, yet equally effective regimen, especially if you are just starting out. You can start with 2 doses a day, 1 tablespoon in the morning, half an hour before breakfast, and 1 tablespoon in the evening, half an hour before dinner. This is already great support. If you have issues with sugar levels or excess weight, take the paste once a day, but definitely on an empty stomach in the morning 30 minutes before breakfast. This activates all metabolic processes and gives the heart energy for the entire day. Even 1 spoon a day, but regularly, will already be a significant support. How long should the paste be taken? This is a course of treatment. AMOSOV'S paste is not a candy that can be eaten at will. We go through a course. 1 course lasts 1 month. Yes, you will take it every day for a month. After this, a break is essential. The body needs to rest and utilize the resources we have provided. The break also lasts 1 month. How many such courses are needed in a year? For optimal support of the heart and vessels for quality prevention, academician AMOSOV recommended conducting 2 courses a year. The best seasons for this are spring and autumn. In spring, when we all experience vitamin deficiency and a decline in strength after winter, and in autumn, to prepare the immune system and heart for the cold and harsh months. That is, we take 1 month, then rest for 1 month. For example, you start in March, take all of March, rest in April, then you can start again in October. You take all of October, rest in November. This is such a simple and wise scheme. Only with this systematic approach can we accumulate benefits and truly help our heart. My dear ones, I have given you this valuable recipe, but my duty is to warn you, like any powerful active agent, AMOSOV'S paste has its contraindications. Please take this very seriously. The first and most important is allergies. The composition contains two powerful allergens, honey and walnuts. If you have ever experienced even the slightest reaction to bee products, pollen, or any types of nuts, this paste, unfortunately in its classic form, is not suitable for you. Do not risk your health. The second is diabetes. The paste is incredibly sweet. It contains honey, dried apricots, raisins, and figs. It is pure fructose and glucose. If you have been diagnosed with diabetes, or if you simply have elevated blood sugar levels and fluctuations in glucose, then you should take this mixture only after a personal consultation with your treating endocrinologist. Most likely, it will not be suitable for you. Do not self-medicate. Thirdly, sharp stomach issues. The paste contains lemon, even with the zest. This is acid. If you have an exacerbation of gastritis with high acidity, or, God forbid, a stomach ulcer or duodenal ulcer, the paste can cause severe irritation and discomfort. During the remission period, one can try, but very cautiously, starting with a small pinch and carefully observing the body's reaction. And finally, remember that this paste is a real energy bomb. It contains many calories. If you are overweight and strictly monitor your calories, take this into account. The maximum you can allow yourself is 1 tablespoon a day to avoid gaining weight. Be wise. The main principle of health is to do no harm. If you have any doubts, discuss this recipe with your doctor. We have revealed the secret of Academician AMOSOV'S golden paste. It is not a magical remedy that will cure all your ailments in one day. It is a wise, time-tested investment in your health. This is the daily care for your heart, vessels, and immunity based on the powers of nature. Each spoonful of the paste you prepare is your conscious step towards a long, active, and fulfilling life. I sincerely hope this recipe benefits you. If this information was useful to you and you learned something important, please let us know. Be sure to write in the comments if you will be making such a pasta. Perhaps you have your own tried and true family recipe for heart health. Share your wisdom with us. It's very important. I wish you good health. Take care of yourself and your heart. See you in the next videos.